local people. Local news and events. Local sports. Local matters. For all things Lloydminster area, this is Live with Kurt Price.
Welcome into the new Lloydminster Nissan. We are excited today to have with us Darrell Dunn, Les Hanson, lucky Les Hanson here, and Maria Kokonas is joining us as well. We're going to be talking about the Border City Rotary Club's Irish Pub Night on March the 15th. And here at the new Lloydminster Nissan, we invite you to come in and see the new 2025 models. Nissan has redesigned a lot of their vehicles, including the beautiful new 2025 Murano. If you haven't seen it yet, outside and in, we invite you to have a look because the interior is just as nice as the outside. And the 2025 Armadas and Armada Pro 4Xs have arrived here at the new Lloydminster Nissan as well. So come down and take a test drive. And remember, in our service department right now at the new Lloydminster Nissan, Alberta and Saskatchewan safeties are just $79.99. Well, it's not just a name, it is Superior Water. Superior Water has 2 locations in Lloydminster, and they're open on Sundays to make filling your big blue jugs a whole lot quicker and a whole lot easier. And if you want great tasting water right from your tap, you can call the Superior Water team and ask about their under-the-sink reverse osmosis systems. 780-875-6636. I drink Superior Water because I like the taste. I believe it is Superior Water. Open on 57th Avenue, Monday to Friday, 8 to 6, Saturdays and Sundays, 10 to 5, and they have a coin-operated location right by 7-Eleven just off Highway 17 South. We still have plenty of time to check out the B. Fisher Foundation's online auction. It's on until March the 1st. The foundation is fundraising for a new wheelchair-accessible van, and marketing manager Kim Crockett says you can avoid being disappointed by bidding on your item now before the end of the auction flurry comes.
Wraps up on Saturday, March the 1st at 6 p.m. that night. So anybody that wants to get involved with it from a bidding perspective, you've got about 8 to 9 days there to get your bid, check it all out. And like any good auction, I imagine from about 3 o'clock on March the 1st, that's when it's really going to heat up.
Go to bfisherauction.com and have a look at some of the terrific items and services that are up for auction. The Border City Collectors Club is hosting their annual show and sale on Friday, March 7th. It runs from 5 to 9. Take it, Maria.
And Saturday, March the 8th from 9 to 5. Admission is just $5 per person, or families for $15. And Brad Bogutsky told us that with that admission, you're entered to win some great door prizes, and it's a great way to spend some time.
We have some awesome sponsors, Eggland, Redhead, Novelins, turn around and they always supply us with some toys, collector toys and stuff, so we put those on for door prizes when you come in the door. And there's always something, and we're in the WLS Convention Center, so it's a good sized room, there's lots of parking, there's a concession set up, so it's a good time to come and spend an evening or an afternoon or whatever you want to do.
The Border City Connects are hoping to hold their annual charity hockey game again on April the 4th, but Aaron Buckingham told us the organization is in need of hockey players this year to make the 12-hour game happen. Aaron Buckingham is organizing the game and the teams and says if you want to sign up as a group, he'll accommodate you as best he can so you can play together or you can play against each other.
So there is a prize for most funds raised, and typical of the good-hearted, wonderful-natured people that play in the game, I've never given the prize out. It's been donated back to the organization towards the total goal. So that's, it just tells you the kind of people that are out doing this kind of thing.
Cupcakes for Caregivers is presented by Lloydminster Sobeys and the Lloydminster District United Way. One special caregiver will receive a dozen cupcakes and be recognized for their exceptional work. To nominate a special caregiver, all you have to do is send us an email to livewithkurtprice@gmail.com and tell us about why you think that they deserve to be recognized. Maria was just telling us that she would like to get the cupcakes for caregivers.
I would.
Is that just your mom and dad or what?
Yes. I deserve it. Somebody at this table nominated me please. And you know what? Just bring them to me, okay?
Last week, we were excited to stop in at Family Pharmacy on 46th and present pharmacy manager Roger Brosseau with a dozen signature cupcakes. Roger's very attentive to his customers and patients, as he does a lot of orders for several care homes in Lloydminster as well. You can certainly nominate doctors, nurses, child caregivers, dedicated restaurant owners.
That's me.
And caregivers in your community. Once again, just send us an email to livewithkurtprice@gmail.com and tell us about your special caregiver. They're committed, certified, reliable, and will help you get your life back. BioClean Disaster Services is Lloydminster's local restoration company, and they're also Lloydminster's largest restoration company. 1-833-246-8326. Taking care of your belongings and your property is so important, but what really stands out with BioClean Disaster Services is how they take care of you and they take care of your family. Once again, Lloydminster's local restoration company, BioClean Disaster Services. We'll take a break and be right back with our three guests here to talk about Irish Pub Night on March the 15th.
At Diamond 7 Meats, we work with local farm families to provide a high-quality product and a great selection for you. Try our mouth-watering smokies, pulled pork, roast beef, and more, made pure and natural with no additives or fillers. We offer custom processing, and our experienced team works for you to provide a selection of sausage, burgers, and jerkies made to your specifications. Take your grilling to the next level with a Yoder smoker. Complete the grilling experience with a Canadian-made, award-winning line of House of Q barbecue sauces. We're locally owned and operated, and we look forward to seeing you today.
At CK McKean Roofing, they understand what it took to put that roof over your head for your family. With over 20 years of experience under their belt, they strive to show you that with their workmanship and their integrity. Not all roofing companies are created equal, and that's why CK McKean Roofing encourages you to focus on your most important investments, your home and your family. CK McKean Roofing. Roofers do it on top.
At Lloydminster and District Co-op, membership matters more. Because being part of a co-op means you're connected to something bigger than yourself. From long-held legacy by those who built our communities, to people you call family, friends, and neighbors. When you're a Lloyd Co-op member, you're an owner in a local business that prides itself on purpose alongside profit. You earn cash back, you help support causes that matter most, and you're building a better way of life for the next generation. Membership matters more.
Wellings of Lloydminster is an active 55 and over community with 66 bungalow townhome villas on a very flexible lease. Each unit contains a full kitchen, 5 appliances, walk-in showers, in-suite laundry with 1 and 2 bedroom choices. And those 2 bedroom villas, well, they also come with a great garage. It's a no maintenance concept where you have your grass cut for you, you have your snow shoveled, your appliances serviced. You don't have to worry about shingles or anything like that. And by the way, that allows you to do more traveling. It's called Care Freedom Living, and it does just that. And remember, if your health is starting to become a concern, but you're not ready to be giving up on, living independently, then this could be perfect for you. Call Wellings of Lloydminster, 780-872-8537. Well, pleased to be joined here at the new Lloydminster Nissan by Lucky Les Hanson here, Maria Kokonas, and Darrell Dunn, all members of the Border City Rotary Club, and they're here to talk to us about Irish Pub Night on March the 15th. So thanks for giving up your time. I'll push that a little bit closer to you.
Glad to be here.
And we're looking at Irish Pub Night after. Let's just get the elephant out of the room right away. It was canceled last year.
It was, yes.
Canceled last year. What have you done with this year's Irish Pub Night to make it stand out?
Well, probably the biggest thing we did is we just wanted to bring it back to the more Irish pub setting. So we got a smaller venue. We're going to cram in the people. We lowered ticket prices big time, and we're going to have a lot more fun giving away some swag. And the biggest thing is to have some fun. So we're going to give away beer mug when you walk in the door. You're going to get some beads. We're going to have best dressed costumes. We got all the normal games, from throwing rubber boots around to finding some stew or whatever it is. So we got lots of fun. The costume thing, we get a lot of people coming dressed up, so we're trying to encourage that and just get us everybody shoulder to shoulder mingling around. And we've already got enough tickets sold, so we're definitely a go for this year. And we can't wait to just pack the house and fill it up and have a blast. The new band this year is 5 on the Side, and they're amazing. Real interactive. There's some local talent. They come out of Edmonton now, but they grew up here in Lloyd. Some of the band members, and we can't wait to have one heck of a good time.
So Border City Rotary Club, tell us about your club. Tell us about what you guys are all about.
Well, I'm going to let Maria say that one.
Well, thank you, Les. We're a local community club that has an amazing outreach, and we support local, and we've got a great group of people. There's about 12 members in our club, and it's growing. We like to tease the other club, which meets Monday at lunchtime. We call them the Money Club, but we are the Cool Club. So,
The Money Club, did
the
you
Money
say?
Club, yeah. So they're a bigger club, but bigger isn't always better, right, guys?
Absolutely.
That's your
Bigger is-
leprechaun.
Two guys
Oh, yeah,
in here
that's right.
would know.
2 guys and a leprechaun, so this guy wouldn't even know. But anyway, so our outreach is huge. Our club is, we like to be specific to youth initiative. So we celebrate our youth in our community. We keep an eye on, our donation processes to, say, the Lloydminster Community Youth Center. We've donated in the past to, well, quite a bit to the youth center, actually, didn't we, hey?
Youth Center, we do a lot of outreach programs. We send kids to programs called Citizens in Ottawa,
Yep.
Yeah.
Humanitarian, where they go to Winnipeg and they see the Human Rights Museum. There's some adventure programs, sometimes in heavy oil or outdoorsmanship, and it's Empowerment, which is Ryla and Ripen, and they're teaching kids leadership techniques, and they come away from them literally
On fire.
changed for life.
Yeah,
and
they
on
are.
fire.
They
They're
really
cool.
are,
So,
yeah. We sent a couple of kids, 2 years ago, I shouldn't call them kids, they're not kids, but we sent 2 young adults to Ottawa, Adventures in Citizenship. And it was so interesting because they both came back with 2 different stories. One actually met Pierre
Poilievre.
and sat in Parliament for a day and spent some time with the leaders, and it was so cool because he came back and he was just literally lit up, and he had his, I don't want to say stories, but his experiences that he brought back to our club was, he had just been ignited and he was just ready to go. His education, the change that he wanted to do in his life, and it was so cool. And the other young lady that went, she was very documented, and she took a very documented approach. But her learning style and what she brought back was relationships, and she had learned so much about our country and what happens in Parliament, and it was so cool to see these kids go from we don't really know what we're doing, we just applied for this, and yeah, it should be fun, to coming back. And I picked them up from the airport, and they, we couldn't shut them up. They were so excited. And going to the airport, they were, one was on one side of the car and the other one was on the other side, and they didn't say a word to each other. And coming back, oh, did you see so-and-so? Did you meet them? Oh, I didn't meet them. Oh, you went there? And it was so cool just to witness that. So it's an amazing, our club is, I just want to say I've been a Rotarian for probably, 10 years.
Or at least.
At
15.
least, say, yeah. And I remember sitting in our club, and we talked about this morning, and I didn't really know what the premise of Rotary was. And I kept going, and I kept going, and I kept listening, and I, relationships are starting to build, and this is probably something that may resonate with you, Darrell, but I remember one day it just clicked. I'm learning about my community. I'm engaging in my community. I know what's going on. I felt like such a rooted member in our community. And they talk about, and you'll have to probably finish this off, but they talk about the spokes of the wheel in Rotary, like the Rotary pin is a wheel. And, you know, the more people that are joining into that, you know, the bigger and the faster our wheel can move through and reach out and create relationships and, you know, building wells in where?
Well, Nicaragua was the main one.
Right.
The other
And
country I can't pronounce.
I'm not very geographically clever, so where? But it's amazing to me how just being a part of, you know, you have a Rotary pin and you're just the most proud person on the planet because you are a Rotarian and you are doing things, and whether it's just donating $50 a month or, you know, $200 a year within your club, you are doing amazing things. The outreach is incredible.
Well, I'm curious about learning about your club. Tell us about how you guys learn about learning about the community, because you mentioned I learn about my community all the time. And you guys have had, to be perfectly honest, you guys have had me in as a guest speaker to present, you know, what some of the things that I've been up to. Maybe just expand on that.
So we every week we meet, and
Every single week.
Every single week.
Tuesday mornings at the diner at 7 a.m.
It's strongly encouraged and recommended that you have at least a 65% attendance rating, which we don't seem to have to push that issue. Most people come out. And then we try to, most weeks we will have a speaker. So various members of our club will help arrange speakers. So if we know we got the mayor might come one day and give us an insight into where we're at, it's at town hall. He might come another time and talk to us about that big thing built over there, which is the new waste treatment process. We'll get someone in when the summer games is on. We'll do vocational. So as members, one of our jobs is to educate our fellow members. So if your expertise is in real estate, they'll give us an insight into the real estate markets or what's going on in the real estate world. And we just slowly, you just bring in little, and you get quite a variety of presentations and all different types of techniques and how they're presented. So that's the cool part, is it's amazing how that one little presentation just links you to an inside information on various topics. And then what I feel in the part of the Rotary, you talk about the wheel, it's all about the cog. But one little cog wheel can move a lot of things. And that's really what it is you got two kids that understand and actually have a passion and invested interest in our country and how it's being run. So now those kids will have a little network and they'll be encouraging their buddies, get out there to vote. And summer games is coming in and you're going, you know what, we really need help and volunteers. So now not only am I maybe saying, hey, I'm going to volunteer, is I'm going to my staff and I'm saying, hey, we're going to take a day off from work and we're going to have some fun as a group and we're going to volunteer for the summer games. And it's just a way of getting information in kind of from the inside people who are, boots on the ground organizing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a huge networking. I mean, the beauty of Rotary and what it was started was a business networking club, and it's really grown into, it's still full networking, but it's huge on service, and it's service above self. Right. So I don't care who you are, it feels good to do something nice for somebody.
But Darrell,
right? And that's really what it's all about, just in whatever context we actually apply the energy.
And did you feel that same way too, like when you started in the club?
Yeah, Maria invited me in, and I attended a couple of meetings, and they've got a process where
we get to select them.
Yes, they do. But what hit me about Rotary is the fact that the connections are really amazing, and they're what I would call organic. In other words, you meet these folks, you've got different attributes, different vocations, different abilities, and that goes out into the community. And of course, the government thing is near and dear to my heart, and the focus on younger people is terribly important when you consider that, okay, what's going to happen 30 years down the road? Well, the reality is these little guys that are playing hockey and are going to various sports and various clubs, so on and so forth, are the people that are going to be running the place 30 years down the road. And, you know, you look at your own kids sometimes and pull your hair out, but at the end of the day, if you've done your job, it pays off. And Rotary gives people the ability to do that, I think, on a larger scale and push that through the community, just organically, rather than, okay, it has to be this way. And focusing on the youth is something that this particular club has done quite well and done a lot of. So it's an area that you find as you get involved that there's a lot of similarity between the things you may think as an individual and what circulates through the club, and you get a chance to explore that a little bit and share each other's perspectives and abilities and come out with something better. At the end of the day, it's a combination. The group is more powerful than the individual themselves.
That's right.
And it's fun.
Rotary is fun.
It is fun. I mean, everybody is sarcastic and everybody is.
I might have picked up on that while I was there.
And of course that appeals to me tremendously. So, and it's just fun. It gives you a reason. Getting up to go for breakfast at 7 a.m. is a horrible concept, but it's fun.
Do you guys have something planned for these dollars that you raise through Irish Pub Night already, or is it just a continuance of we'll put it back in our community through youth? There'll be things that come up.
A bit of both. We have some of our adventure programs that we've committed to, so we got to pay for those. And then we always have a reserve so that if there's a need, we can fill it and jump right in. But our mandate is to make the money and spend the money.
That's right.
Right.
So if you've been to Irish Pub Night, you know that Les here particularly has a lot of fun at Irish Pub Night. And Richard Starkey is the other one that has a whole lot of fun as well. And if you've never been, we're going to dive into a little bit more of what happens on Irish Pub Night. We'll find out more about the band as well when we come back here at the new Lloydminster Nissan.
How can you help support the oil and gas industry and jobs in Western Canada? The answer is closer than you think. Sell your scrap metals to PWM Steel. PWM sells scrap iron to Evraz, located in Regina. Evraz's #1 customer is the energy sector, building pipes and plates for the oil and gas industry. PWM Steel is your locally owned metal recycler and steel service center in the area. Plus, they're a strong supporter of the community. PWM Steel, your top steel supplier for Alberta and Saskatchewan for 40 years.
At Jason Arden Associates Cooperators, we're proud to be a top-rated local insurance company that offers flexible solutions and expert advice for all your insurance and investment needs. We'll work with you to tailor your insurance specific to your needs, and we offer investment advice that always puts you first. At Cooperators, one of our core values is to give back to the communities that we live in. Thanks to the support of our clients in Lloydminster and area, in 2023, Jason Arden Associates has donated $40,000 to local nonprofits, charities, students, athletes, and other special events. How does your insurance company support our community?
It's more than just taxes at L&A CPA. Assurance, accounting, retirement planning, estate planning, business consulting, financial consulting, farm program support, and bookkeeping. But yes, there is always taxes. The team at L&A CPA is committed to helping you achieve your best results and will be there to assist you every step of the way. L&A CPA, with offices in Provost, Vermilion, and Lloydminster.
I'm Brian Zinchuk of PipelineOnline.ca. I used to be a pipeliner, and I've spent the last 15 years reporting on energy in Saskatchewan. PipelineOnline.ca provides comprehensive coverage of light oil, heavy oil, lithium, helium, power production including coal, wind, solar, geothermal, natural gas, and nuclear. There's a lot happening in Saskatchewan's energy sector, and Pipeline Online is there for all of it. No one else comes even close.
I just discovered how being in Rotary can just be so freeing and can give you so many. Ask me sometime, I'll tell you about it. But it's great to have with us Les Hanson, Maria Kokonas, and Darrell Dunn here from the Border City Rotary Club. And they're bringing back Irish Pub Night on March the 15th. So where is it this year? So you mentioned change locations, Les. Where are you guys?
So we're still over at Exhibition, but we're at the Nissan Hall, so we can cram in about 300 people. And
Perfect size.
It is a perfect size. It's really, we're going back to the pub setting. We're gonna have our famous shooter bar, and we're gonna have lots of Irish beer. So we'll have some food coloring if you want it to be green, so it's more interesting the next day. And we can do all sorts of fun stuff.
Special shooters?
Oh, always. We're going to probably have some green shooters that night.
Yes.
And
So we have a jug of Minty's Irish
I knew
goat's
he'd
milk.
know. I knew he'd know.
Minty Irish goat milk. We've got an Irish sombrero.
There it is.
We got 3 or 4, and this year we are in Canada, so we're going to go tropical. So we have an Irish banana this year as well. So
The accent almost came out there.
yeah,
Close,
so-
yeah.
It almost came out there. Tell us about the band.
oh, they're
New
so
band
good.
this year.
Yep. 5 on the side. And local roots.
Oh, they're local roots.
Local
Okay.
roots, yeah. Dick Fokin's his son is one of the band members. And I haven't heard them.
I've only seen them a lot on Googling them on the internet and YouTube, and they're jumping around, they're in amongst the crowd, they're out playing, and so they
Very
fit right into
attractive, yeah.
our mayhem.
Exactly what you guys would be looking for.
Yeah.
Now, the other mayhem comes with you and Richard Starkey and some of the games. Do you want to explain some of those fun games?
Well, they change a little bit every year.
They do they?
Yeah, we
Okay.
have as every Irish pub would have. There might be a beer drinking contest or two. We have best dressed costumes. There's an Irish tradition called roll your boat. So we'll get down on our legs and
Rock the boat.
and row the boat, rock the boat, row the boat. I can't even remember anymore, but
I remember rock
yeah,
the boat.
Yeah, it's a row the boat.
I remember
Is it
Dip
roll
the
the boat?
Boat.
Yeah, and then we tip the
Tip the
boat. We've got thumbs, so you don't have to be drinking all the time. So we've got things as simple as trying to chew a mouthful of Lucky Charms and make a whistle. Stacking beer cups, kind of all your traditional kind of just fun backyard type games. And we just throw it out there in intermissions. Anyone wanting to play and come and have some fun. We're going to try to do a couple other things this year, which will, there's always door prize draws. We've got 50-50s and things like that as well. So there's, you name it. We do a relay. We've done all sorts of stuff, and every year it kind of starts as one thing and ends in the other. But we sure have a lot of fun with it.
Kind of like rock and row the boat.
Yeah, kind of. We got. I got these beautiful little green boots, rubber boots we've had for every year, and every year I got to sterilize them afterwards. But we fill them and we use those in our chug contests. And if you ever tried drinking out of a rubber boot, think about what side you should use before you tip it up.
There's going to be a lot of people practicing now.
Yeah, so we have lots of fun.
I was just thinking that. Tried my boot.
Yeah, exactly. People can practice. Now, you've lowered the ticket price. It's just $25. And I thought, well, that can't include food. It does.
Yeah, we got a midnight lunch. It's and we've basically got that down at a break-even point. So a beer ticket will get you a nice big smoky and
some
a
condiments.
bun, some condiments. Well, of course, we've got
Well, I
condiments.
know, but delicious condiments.
And if you know how to mix the color properly, there'll even be green condiments when you're done. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so we're really, again, service above self. We really want to have our community have fun. We'll happen to raise some money while we're doing it, but the whole thing is to get a crowd back out and reinvigorate. We really find that there's still a little bit of effort in Lloyd to get people out and mingling and build that community back up. And I think COVID really helped to kind of knock that back a little bit. So we got to get people off their couches and
Doing something fun.
Yeah, we got an Irish jig contest. So if you want to come and show us your prowess as a
Practice
dancer,
up on your jig.
you bring it on in, and it's going to be and costumes are highly recommended. So we've had more and more people every year coming all dressed up, and we love that.
And you can find some great costumes at the dollar store. There's tons of stuff out there. We're going to have a little bit of swag, but boy, come dressed.
Yeah, rumor has it if you go on Amazon, you can look just like me in about $20. So, yeah.
What about beads? How do beads work? How do beads tie into this?
Well, I wondered if it was.
Is it? Depends how much green.
We plan to give everyone a string of beads when they come in as a gesture of friendship, and then at the end of the day, we're going to give an award for whoever has the most beads. How you mingle amongst the crowd and collect your beads is totally on to you.
Ah, that's
We
good.
are not
Depends
asking
on
you to
how much
go
green
full
beer
New
you're
Orleans,
sucking
but
That's
we're
right.
not going to stop you if that's the only way you know how to meet people.
So if you want to do it New Orleans style, it's up to you.
Okay, $25 a ticket. Why wouldn't you get a ticket to this? There's
Absolutely.
only 300 tickets available.
And one thing we've done this year too is, because of the venue, we're allowed to do individual kind of table seating. So that's one of the requests we had is, can I book an entire table? So we've got lots of round tables, and you can come and you can get a table of 8, you can get a table of 6. And so you can bring everyone from work and just expand the party from there.
How do you go about getting a ticket?
I don't know, it's online somehow.
Zeffy. What? You don't know?
I tell
He
people,
doesn't need a ticket.
I don't need a ticket, but I just yell at my staff and they buy my tickets.
So Zeffy.com is where you can get your tickets from. You can go onto our Rotary website on Facebook, and there's a link there. It'll take you to that. And it's pretty easy. $25 credit card, and it's done. And you'll get a barcode on your phone, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, ask anyone. There's posters all over town. If not, if you don't know, I would contact Kurt Price. He's the most upstanding gentleman I
Price.
know.
And he remembers
And he's got a
everything.
beautiful Irish
He
lady
can
named
manage.
Heather that he hangs out with regularly. So they'll always make sure you get hooked up by giving you an introduction.
She's a lovely lass.
Very lovely.
I'm curious what kind of staff a leprechaun has.
Short.
Yeah, and they're also yes, they're all short.
Darrell, you let him off the hook.
Well, it works good. No, they are short, but since I'm slightly humongous for a leprechaun, we don't change anything. We use standard housing, except they are on top of the tables running around, and I'm just standing on the floor.
Okay.
But yeah, I got a fairly good staff. You got to count all the coin, and then you got to feed the yaks, and then the sheep. And then when you're not doing all that, you got to make the stew and the dumplings. So potato farmers, bog controllers, like they got to control the bogs. That's where we put the Irish whiskey. So we got all sorts of staff. So I guess I'm a farmer. Farmers, commerce, and well, then we got all the jokes.
Like to drink out of a boot every
Yes.
once in a while.
Well, we got to sample the merchandise for sure.
That's right.
It's a cultural thing.
Grow it and drink it.
Yeah,
And now you do have a presenting sponsor as well. You should
We
mention.
do, yes.
we do. We can't forget Lloydminster District Co-op have stepped up big time to help as our main headline sponsor. They're awesome for helping the community. They're also awesome because they happen to have a liquor store, so we can go and buy all the goodies for
That's
everyone at the
amazing.
event, including all the stuff we need. So they were awesome to step up this year and be a main sponsor. So it's one of the reasons we can run the event. So
Awesome. March 15th, what time do the doors open?
7 p.m.
Okay.
doors open at 7 p.m. We probably get the music going around 9 and goes. We can rock her till 2, and then after that we fall over exhausted.
Row the boat home.
Row the boat home. Yeah. Actually, we use designated rowers.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right,
all.
designated
Yes.
row.
Yes.
I like that. So, are we forgetting anything? Maria?
No, I don't think so.
You're
I
the-
think we've covered
think so.
most things. And remember to get your tickets. They're $25, folks. So buy some extra tickets and give them away to your friends. And we were trying to rock this out at Christmas time for stocking stuffers, and we did have a few go. But now we've got Easter coming up, and that's after March, so you can't even get on that, actually. So I don't even know why I brought Easter into this. Forget Easter, they're not going in your baskets. But you know what?
We'll
Just
sell
go
them
buy
a ticket for next year. What the heck?
Yeah, just go buy a ticket.
Yeah.
It's $25.
It is, it's $25.
Yeah.
So a table of 8 is like $200.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where can you go and get food and have a real fun time, have everything planned for you and great entertainment?
And this
for
is happening on a
$25?
Saturday
Get to see
night.
this.
Oh, it's a Saturday night, yeah, that's right.
This is also
Saturday
happening
night,
on a Saturday night, which is great, because I think one year we did it on a Friday.
Yeah, we've tried Friday. We've done the traditional Irish pub night when we
Right.
did the meal, and we did it on the Wednesday if that was Irish pub night. But
But
we just found
Saturday works the best.
it's the most fun. I mean, you got live music. I just came back from skiing. It cost me $200 for a lift pass for 4 hours of, I guess, fun. And I'll feel probably worse from the skiing than I will from Irish pub night. But for 4 hours at Irish pub night, I can dance a jig. I can meet some new friends and
Have a great
have
time.
one heck of a fun time.
Yep.
Well, thank you guys, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Irish Pub Night on March the 15th. We'll be back with you tomorrow morning, and we will be joined by a few members of our community in the oil patch as we bring patchwork your way and take a look at what the tariffs will mean that are apparently on the way next week for our oil and gas industry. That's tomorrow morning right here from the new Lloydminster Nissan.